Oh, Lord. Mike didn't add me. I told people to add me.
Well, they'll find it. I'll send Mike a thing.
Howdy, Dave.
Huh?
Howdy there, Dale. How are you doing?
Did you get online?
Mm-mm. Hi, Dale. I got Dale. Can you hear me, Dale?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Wouldn't that be 10-4? I was trying to invite the other people in here, but, you know, they didn't add me like they were so asked to. So I can't add everybody. I just want to know if anybody could hear me.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit on this one for a while until 11:30, and then we're gonna switch to the other one. Hello. Probably too early for people. I don't even have Suzanne on here.
I got her.
I don't think. Well, I'd like to invite people up, but I can't because I didn't meet the qualifications yet. Because I was a bad boy. I said a joke. So I can't tell them jokes no more. Hello, Star. Welcome to the live. We talk about spiritual things and I do readings. Today is going to be about reincarnation. Because this is my second account and I got to wait for my first one to open up, so that's why I'm on this one. So if anybody wants a starseed reading or a past life reading, I'll do them for you. There'll be no charge. I just do them for the heck of it right now at this point. When I switch over to my other one, it'll change. But up until for today, at this time, at this moment, I will do on this account, I will do a free starseed reading and a free past life reading. I also might even do a card reading for free. So if anybody wants one, let me know. And there'll be no charge. So Dale, how was your day? I would like to know about my past life. Okay. Let's see. What was the universe giving me? Oh. You were an intelligence officer. You were an intelligence officer back at the Cold War. You were sneaking intelligence, because some would say that you were a spy. You had an umbrella that had a mechanism in it that would cause heart failure to certain individuals, and you were like a spy assassin. You went into many different places. I'm seeing you went into Russia, and some into China, and some into Korea. You were there, and you had a black umbrella, and whenever somebody got too nosy, you shot them with that. You used your mechanism to increase their heart failures. You had many different, you were also back in the time of World War II doing that too. it seems like the same life. You were you went into Germany a lot, and you were taking things from Germany and bringing them to the United States. Some you were told not to read it or read the files, but you did anyway. You read the files and the documents, and then you would say, I don't know what you're talking about. But that's what you did. You were a spy / assassin, and you would smuggle secrets from Germany, Russia, China, and North Korea. You even were snuck into England at times, Great Britain, and you met up with an MI6 operator, and you would get intelligence from that one too. And it was a good life for you. You retired, and you ended up marrying a redheaded woman. Her name was Cynthia. You had 2 kids, and you lived out in the country. No one ever knew what you did or who you were. You just said that you were a rancher, and I'm seeing that in like interesting, Arizona. And that's where you spent a lot of your life there. That was one of your past lives. What do you think of that, Dale? Does that resonate with you? Do you have any questions? Because I'm very in tune with that life right now. I'm seeing a lot of stuff. It's got something to do with why you're here. You would like to expose the truth, yes. And that has something to do with this life that you're living right now. That back in that time frame, you were exposing the lies that that certain people were telling you and were telling the world, and you were exposing the truth. And you did have a little part with in your later days, you were investigating a Roswell crash. So you went for a long time. You were really old. At least I think you might have passed on about in the 60s. But you were there for quite a long time. I think you went up to your 80s. Because I see you in the 20s. You were 20 years old and about World War II. And you were up until you were in the 50s too. I think that was the same life. Yeah, that would make sense, because I don't think you made it into the 60s. Maybe 65, but I don't see it. I think it's more about you passed on before the 60s. Because I don't know when Roswell was. What, 1950? Was Roswell? Yeah, I think it was in the Roswell. Yeah, Roswell was in the 50s. You were there. That was one of your past lives. For those that came in, we're going to be talking about reincarnation today later on. But right now I'm doing free readings on this account for a free starseed reading, a free past life reading, and a free one card reading. Just to show, and can you add this, and let's build this account up. Because, you know, it's always good to have another account in case you crack a joke about India and you gotta move to another account. You know. Everybody, there's supposed to be a meteor shower tonight. I hope we can go outside and catch some meteors. Maybe we'll get some money out of it. Hello, Country Fried Chicken. Yeah, every time I see that, it makes me think of KFC, the original. Hello, Michelle. I'm doing free readings right now on this account. Just waiting for more people to show up so we can talk to discussion about reincarnation. Hello, Monk. I don't know if you heard, Monk, but I'm doing a free one card reading, a free starseed reading, and a free past life reading. That's going to be on this account, is where I'm going to start doing all the free things on this account. And on the other one, well, we don't know about that one, but but on this one, I'm going to do things for free for people today, because we need to I want to build this up, so in case, you know, I get zapped again, that's a cracker joke, bummer. Hello, Mike. I'm doing free readings today at this point in time on this account. So we're doing free past life, free starseed, and a free one card reading. And if you have a question, I'll ask the universe and see what they tell you. You're all beautiful people. Yeah, no one can come up for now because it's kind of locked. So, yeah. I have to have 30, I have to be like, going like 3 lives, 3 different days, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so, we're going to be talking about reincarnation later, after I can do this free readings for people. If anybody's interested, please let me know in the comments and I'll bring it right up. The only thing I ask, you know, instead of, you know, sending a gift or a payment, can you just share and like, and that'd be great. That's all we have to do today on this one. And I like helping people out. So, yes. So, right now on this account, as I said, it's going to be a free one card reading, free starseed, and free past life reading. And all I require is you just to share and like. That's all. And later on, we're going to be talking about reincarnation.
Monk, what's on? Monk.
Thank you, Monk. You're a doll. So if anybody wants one, let me know. I'm gonna be on this account until 11:30. Then I'm gonna switch over to the main one. May I have a starseed reading? Yes, you will, Mr. Mike. Let me see. Well, what is the universe telling me? Huh. It says, they're saying that you're filled with Arcturian love and energy, and your wisdom surpasses your earthly husk. That your essence inside of you has grown to a capacity that is more than it normally would have been, because you came into a perspective and a perception that you wouldn't have otherwise. You are contained with wisdom, knowledge, and love and purity, and then the Arcturians want you to keep that up because there's more love to share throughout the universe. It affects this life here. The reason why they want you to remember that is they want you to keep on proceeding, because you are the awesome individual you are, and they want you to keep up the good work because you also inspired them, because they did not think that humans would be at that capacity with that much love and hope and desire within their hearts, and you're bringing it forth. Thus, it's bringing your essence up into a higher level of existence. Anybody else? I'm fully tapped in on this account. For some reason, when I get on this one, it's automatic lock on.
Mark. Mark.
What did Mark want?
She wants readings.
Monk, do you want a reading? What kind of reading would you like, Monk? I can do the free star seed, the free past life, or I can do a free one-card reading. Or if you have a question for the universe, I'll do that too for you. It's all free on this account. The only thing I require is just hit the likes and shares. Okay, my choice. Let me see. What is Arya saying? Huh. She wants you to get a card reading. She said that would help you more. Let's see. Hopefully I think I can read this. Might have to get a light or something. Oh, I have a light. Oh, how wonderful. Let me see. Five. Card 5. It is, what risk can I take today? It says, be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risk than you ever thought possible on your path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big leap, a scary leap, but do not be afraid or fear. because your soul has wings that will soar you into the universe. Today's soul action. What risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision to do it. No more thinking, only do. Be brave and courageous, and you will discover what and who you truly are made of. Okay. Does that resonate with you with Monk? Let's see. You're very welcome. Well, that one just blew out. Guess that one's for Honey, hey? Oh, two. Oh, wait. Well, Honey gets two, apparently. Okay. Who am I? Ho. Who am I ready to forgive? Ooh, what a whopper. I am not. This is what it is for. This is for Honey. I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. Is it time to let go, forgive, move on, and move onward? It is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself. Forgiveness brings sweet release and intuition, freedom and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how they grew and how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how do you want the resistance holding you back from what your soul wants? Write a forgiveness letter, then practice the Ho'oponopono prayer today while thinking of the person you are ready to forgive. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. That is the first card for you there, Honey. From who am I and from who can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes your heart, truth, and separates us from love. It binds us to our fears and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment on right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it someone near you? Is it someone you love? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations. Be grateful for what you have and they have. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them looking, loving, learning, and growing. Falling down and making mistakes. See their desires to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart for the truth. When I lift the judgment from myself onto others, I recover my own truth. I am loved. I am the whole world. I am limitless, and so are they. We do not shackle down others because that is not their path. Their path is to guide. And that was for Honey. Does that resonate with you, Honey? Is there anybody that you need to forgive? Do you feel as if you're judging somebody? Or you're judging yourself? Yes, you can have another starseed reading. I'm just waiting for Honey to answer. Perhaps it's time for you to forgive. Because we are spiritual beings, we don't judge. We can only guide with love and admiration. Because those cards on this, for some reason, on this account, I am more in tune than anything. And these cards are very locked on to what I am, because earlier I misplaced the cards because I had done some things with them and charged them and did some work with them. Ha ha ha. Hello, Spirit of the Yaya. We were just talking about the card reading I did for Honey, and it was talking about releasing and are you ready to forgive and judge? And she said, yep, on all those things. And I was trying to help her with that. And I'll do the star seeding for Mike, and then most likely Sue. Hello, beautiful dear ones. Thank you, wonderful soul you are. Mike, starseed reading. Mike already got a starseed reading. He wants another one? He already got one beautiful from the Arcturians on how they are locked on to him and how he is a part of them. Sue, please. Okay. Let me take a gander at Sue here for a moment. Let me see what comes up. Sue was a nurse in the Vietnam War, and she helped the soldiers. She was a medic. She was in the Red Cross. She went into the jungles and pulled out a soldier that had his legs messed up, and she was there when they amputated his legs, and she was there the whole time, and she ended up falling in love and marrying him. And he felt like he was a burden to her because he felt like he was holding her down because he didn't have his legs. And she's like, I'm doing this because I love you. And he's like, well, I feel that I'm holding you back from being your true potential. She says, darling, I've already hit my potential. I'm here to help and console you because I love you for who you are, not what you have. And that your true potential is shining through in this life, that you should keep on doing that because it is part of who you are and how your essence is and how it flows through you. It came through in many lives of yours, and it just keeps on coming through. And the stronger your life goes on and the more you learn, the stronger it gets. Does anybody else want a free reading? A free one card reading, a free starseed reading, and a free past life reading? Or if you have a question for the universe, that's all going to be free on this account. The only thing I ask is just hit the likes and shares. May you have one, see through. Let's see. Yes, you can. Let me... Let me see. Interesting. You were a seamstress, and you were making clothes in 1700s in England. You were making clothes. You came to America and made clothes. You were famous for making Victorian clothes, and some of the United people in the United States in the southern, maybe like Virginia, is where you went, and you went to make southern clothes for the women, and you made very good dresses and suits for men. You were very popular in that aspect, that you are very fashionable, that you have created many precious dresses that are still sold today. Some of them are still there. Some lay inside of a chest somewhere or a closet, but your creations are still there, and you're bringing love and light to the world, because people love, every time they put those dresses on, they feel like the dresses, the hats, the bonnets, and all of them, they're feeling that, and they're feeling the love that you had put into it because of the artistry of your work. And some say there's a little bit of magic in it. Well, that was a little one. That was a little draining there. And some spiritual people said that you made it with fairy thread. And that was for see-through. Next, anybody want a reading, or does that resonate with you? See-through. We'll do 5 more minutes of reading, and then I'm going to get into the topic, which is reincarnation. Linda, please. Okay. Let's go. What do we see? Oh. Your heart is warm, sensitive, caring, an ancient soul, wisdom, huh? You were really? You and interesting. You were in Tempe? You were in Tempe. You were very powerful. You were a man. And everybody adored you because you're a wonderful leader, and you brought knowledge, wisdom, and food to the people. You brought trade to that part of the land, because a lot of places were flooded at that time, or snowed over, maybe mudded over, and they couldn't get the food. So you were an essential part in helping those people bring harvest and life to your people again. You were a great hunter, but you didn't like hunting until the food was blessed. You were always blessing the food before you ate, and even the harvests, You would bless the harvests before and after and before you ate. And you were a very awesome leader. Everybody adored you until you passed on, because you died of old age and you had a daughter actually take your place. I'll do one more reading.
Yaya wants you.
Oh, the beautiful Yaya. Let's see. Oh, Yaya. Oh, yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna give you something you've never done, Yaya. I know this is gonna resonate with you. You were a tree. You spread your roots through the planet, and you were given nutrients and knowledge to people by the fruit you were bearing. It wasn't just any fruit, it was a golden apple. You were producing golden apples for people, and you had your magic in there with them. So when they eat the apples, they would gain a little more, they would get healthier, and you would bring wisdom to them. But they would have to work on their part, but you were offering the wisdom and a little bit of life through that apple. And you would give that, and you got so popular that you were guarded by soldiers, and only certain people were allowed to eat from that tree. Kind of like that, yes. You would bring a healing to them, kind of like the medicine today, where some people were depressed or angry. They would take some of that apple or a slice of apple that somebody had gotten, and it was medicine for them, and then they became more calm, and it healed them from their mental capacities that they couldn't comprehend and deal with. And you bear that fruit, and how it is today in your life, the flow of your essence and the fruit that you produced in that life, you're producing in this life. It's not just the fruit that you could eat, a physical fruit. It's the fruit of knowledge that you're handing out to every individual when you plant those seeds of knowledge within them. You bring them to a final level of existence, and you're helping them awaken more and be more in tune with the harmony of the universe. You're very welcome. Now today's topic is going to be about reincarnation. Sometimes in our lives we don't complete our missions and complete our goals in our lives. So what we do is we come back. And why do we not do our missions? Because we were too into ourselves, we were too egotistical, arrogant, and we didn't have the knowledge to exceed in that life that we lived. We were too egotistical, we were narcissistic, and we planted seeds, but we didn't plant them good enough, because when you're teaching and people are trying to learn, you learn with the wisdom and the knowledge from that life that we're given. And when we come back, that means we kind of failed in that journey, and we have to come back to finish that off. So we relive that life again, because we have a journey, we have a task we have to do, and we're going to keep reliving that moment and those things until we finish them. And then once we finish them, our soul is complete. So we can move on to coming back here and learning more things, or we can reincarnate somewhere in another school, another world for existence, maybe even another multiverse. But we as individuals, as spiritual beings of light, we don't judge. We're not going to be, just because somebody's not thinking your perspective or thinking the way you are, that doesn't mean that we should shun them, berate them, or make them feel bad for who they are, because we are unique individuals, and who we are, we're unique. We're all made differently. We all don't think the same. One person might say, well, it's just this simple. Just do this. That person will look at you and go, I don't get it. Well, why don't they get it? Maybe because you're not saying it in a way that they would understand. And the way we understand is we show it through love, not lecturing or preaching to them, because at the end of the day, we all know no one likes a lecture and no one likes a preacher too much. We want to learn from who we are and the friends we have around us. We have these friends in our family as a bond. We are a bond of love and compassion, a collective, a family. When a family member is failing to do what they need to do, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to reach down, give them space, reach your hand down and pick them up, not bring them down. And that is what a lot of us do. And we're not realizing what we're doing. We are doing that. And by doing that, you're hurting them. You're not helping, you're hurting. You're hurting them because they might not want to come back. They don't want to listen to that. This is the understanding we need to have, the compassion. Just because you didn't experience what happened in their life doesn't mean that you can judge them because you've never experienced it. We all experience certain things, and in order to help them, we need to understand them. To understand them, you need to know them. To know who they truly are. Where do you learn that? You learn that from within. You learn that from your heart. You know it from your soul. That is where we come into our own. We don't need all these tools. I don't need these cards. I don't need a pendulum. I don't need no ChatGPT. I don't need any of that. What we need is to look within ourselves. We are the energy. We are the God spark. We are part of the fractal of God and the universe. It inspires us to do the good that we need to do. And everybody says, well, that person did an evil thing. Well, they did an evil thing because that is their job. We have to accept that. Some people on here do these evil things because that's what they meant to be. Should we love them any less? No, we should love them the same. Even Christ himself said it, that those who do bad, what? Love them anyway. Turn the other cheek. That's what we do. Why? Because to be pure love and light, you don't want to show the world the unauthentic self of yourself. You want to show the authentic self. Be who you truly are. You show the love and then show the compassion by not judging, by not belittling or preaching or lecturing to them. We have to understand who they are and what they mean to us. A family member, we should show a lot of love to. When you're saying that person should do this, that person should do that, isn't that kind of ordering and telling them what to do? That is an order. You're controlling. You can say you should do this, you could do this. That's what we need to do. as spiritual guides in showing the love that we have for each other. So many times I'm told what to do. And you know what I think of that? I give it a two-finger salute. Because I'm not going to be told what to do. No one should control anybody. I shouldn't go in here and control Maya. I shouldn't control Dale, Mike, or Honey, or any of that. No, it's not about that. We want to show the love and compassion we have for each other and the understanding. We need to reach down and pick that person up when they're at their low, not kick them. And we're all here, no matter if it's to help a homeless person, no matter if it's to help your family member that's going through a hard time. We are there for what? We're there to help them. And you don't, just because you're giving a gift, it doesn't mean that you can say, I can take it back. All gifts are given freely. Example, if I was to give Yaya a flower and say, here, I gave this to you because I know you can treat this plant very good in this flower. I want you to show this love to it. I'm not going to go and take it back. Because is that being spiritual? No, it's not. When someone gives you something and you try to take it back, or you have that attitude, it's not the problem with that person. Yes, we are all a work in progress. And that's what this is about. The reincarnations of our lives. In order for us to go down the path, and that's what this is about. The reincarnations of our lives. In order for us to go down the path of who we are and what we're meant to be. Yes, everything should be given in love and compassion. It doesn't matter what the person been through. Like if I was to sit here and I gave Dale $1,000 and I said, hey Dale, do what you want with it. And then I go, Dale, what did you do with that money? Well, I bought this, this, and that. That's not what it was meant for, Dale. It was supposed to be for your car. Why didn't you spend it on a car? Again, we're telling him what to do with the gift that we gave him. I gave him. Can I do that? No. Is that being spiritual? No, it's not. That is why it's important to always show that love and compassion that we all have. With the understanding of love, compassion that we all have. With the understanding of love, your doesn't mean you have to mirror that to other people. Because a lot of people appreciate things, yet doesn't mean they don't appreciate it. Our actions. Sometimes people say actions speak louder than words. And that is part of our reincarnation. And once we fulfill our duties on this world, we can pass on to the greater existence. We can also come back if we choose. But that is your own soul's journey. You want to complete your soul's journey, be the individual you claim to be, not what you're not claiming to be. Does anybody have any questions? Exactly. Unconditional love. That's what it's all about. Unconditional and universal love. Doesn't matter who it is or what it is. Universal love. What did you miss? Well, I talked about, we did some readings for a bit. And then I talked about reincarnation. And I talked about reincarnation I talked about judging. I've talked about narcissism and all the things that we do as a spiritual individual, but we don't realize what we're doing. And sometimes we hurt people that we don't mean to hurt. Because our words have power, and so don't our actions. And we need to show that universal, unconditional love, no matter if it's a good or bad. So what? Somebody says something bad about you. That just shows that they're being themselves and they're not realizing their own abilities within their lives, because maybe they're going through a bad time. Maybe they're mirroring something that's happened in their life. We don't know because they haven't told us. But we have to have the understanding of when somebody tells us a part of their life, we have to show compassion. We have to show understanding and love. Does anybody have any questions? And yes, at 11:30, I'm going to go on the other account, and then we can bring people up in the box. That'll be about 10 to 10, 10, 11, about 2 more hours. Well, actually, in about an hour and 15 minutes, we'll do it. I'll switch over to the other one. But for now, does anybody have any questions about what I said? Can I repeat what you missed? Oh, Ripper, I so love you. Okay. We talked about the reincarnation and how in reincarnation we sometimes have to come back because we didn't do something in that life. And it doesn't mean that in the past lives that we live, we come back because we didn't finish a task that our soul contract wanted. So as the individuals we are today, sometimes we still do that, and if we want to fulfill our contracts, we shouldn't be so judgmental, lectury, and we shouldn't be judgmental, we shouldn't lecture, and we should show compassion to each other in a way of love. And we shouldn't hurt our family, because our family is important to us. They're part of us. They're there when we need them. If you bring them down, you're bringing yourself down, and you're bringing yourself to a lower level than you should. If you have a problem, then it's probably within yourself that you should look into, and that power comes within. You don't need to follow a ChatGPT. You don't need to follow cards. They're all tools. You need to look within yourself with a true understanding of what you're meant to say and what you're meant to do. Because as Yaya would say, we are all gold. We're all precious. We're all those precious gemstones in the universe. And we're coming together to make a beautiful puzzle. A puzzle of jewels, of love and compassion. Something beautiful that all of the other races out there, all the other beings will say, look at that race. They're a beautiful race. And how do we achieve that? By being who we are. Being the authentic selves. We don't need to lecture anybody. We don't need to preach to them. We plant the seeds. If someone comes to us with a problem, we help them up. And that is what we are. We are that being. Pretty much, that's what it was. I think I summed it up well. And we all have tidbits of wisdom. Yes, some of us talk too much, some of us cut people off. It's natural because we want to express our love and our compassion because our soul, our essence wants to bust out and say, this is it, I heard this and this and that. We should have the understanding for that. We should have the understanding that they can't contain it because they feel the joy, their spirit, they feel the spirit, their energy moving. Sometimes they can't control it. It happens. That's who we are. We're authentic human beings. We don't mean to cut people off sometimes, but we do because we want our point to be heard. Because when we were told, when we were younger, you're to be seen and not heard. Well, now you have a voice. You're the creator in your universe, your reality. Who's the one that can control that? You. You control that. But you always have to be careful not to crush somebody else in the meantime because they have a way of thinking and you don't need to crush them and their thoughts. Who am I to go and crush somebody else's thoughts? I'm not in their world. I'm not their creator. I'm a guide. I'm a teacher. I teach them how to handle situations and deal with certain things. That is what we learn. That is the difference between a teacher and someone that's preaching. A teacher takes the time to understand who they are and what they're dealing with. That is a teacher. You show compassion and love, not dismay, lecturing and preaching. You show love for every individual. We all have an understanding and we're all unique. You have to show compassion even if you never did that in your life. Like say for instance, Joe over here, he lost his dad. What do? Somebody that lost their dad can help him. We don't say, well, you lost your dad, you need to get over it. It's 20 years now, come on, get over it. Is that being spiritual? No, it's not. We tell them that, hey, I had a family member die and pass on. I understand how you feel. Sometimes we don't have those experiences in our lives. Say, my father never died, passed on. How do I deal with that? Well, I deal with it the best way the universe and my guides tell me. I don't tell them, buck up, buddy. You don't tell them that because that's going to hurt them. They're going to go, well, show me compassion, show me love. I want words of inspiration. I came into the live. I wanted to hear that. You know? They're there for a reason. Everybody comes to a lie for a reason. And everybody's always calling it a show. I don't call it a show. I call it alive. And why do I call it alive? I call it alive because I want us to feel the heartbeat of the live, to feel the love, to feel the heartbeat. Who's the heartbeat of the live? The teacher. If the teacher has a messed up heart or is not doing it right, that's going to hurt the rest of the people that are in that line. That is why we have to show empathy and compassion. And there's a lot of that not going on in the last couple months. There's been a lot of do this, do that, and a less empathy around. We have to love and learn and show compassion. We're all learning. It's a process. Not everybody's perfect. We're all learning. When we stop learning, we stop living. Yes, rules are made to be broken, though. Sometimes when you follow the rules, it hinders. We are here to break the rules. We are here to break the barrier. We are here to break society and change society for the better. When you follow society's rules, it gets you nothing but being a drone, like a bee, just doing what everybody else is doing. Yes, I will do what you say. Yup, No, we want to be ourselves. We want to be unique. Our uniqueness is what makes us. Each one of you had a spiritual revelation. Where did that revelation come from? The minute you started breaking rules and thinking for yourself, that is when it truly started for you. You broke the rules and you found out more information and you came into who you are. This is quite peaceful up here. I don't have no one cutting me off. I love it. Maybe I should do this more often. Does anybody have any questions? I started at 8 o'clock. Hey, well, no, that would be a lie. I started at 8:13. Oh, no problem. It happens. We have things in our daily lives that causes us to be late. Sleep's good. If you needed it, you needed it. That was your universe saying, time to shut down and go night-night. Oh. Rules can be cause one's hardship, cause a questionable situation, causing fear in oneself. That's true. We always gotta be careful not to mirror what's going on in our lives, and a lot of people don't understand that sometimes we're going through something in our daily lives, and then when we come on, we're mirroring that towards certain individuals, and we have to have the understanding that's not the person that we're angry at or displeased with. We have to have the understanding that they are unique individuals and they're not the person that we're mad at. If you have something in your life going on that's causing you a hardship, or not feeling like you're accepted, or you're not feeling appreciated, then you should look at yourself, look deep within, and find out why. Why don't I feel like that? You know, always when you point your finger at somebody, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. Anybody have anything to say? Yes, well, we need each other. Sometimes we don't have the answers. We always, some of us have the answers, some of us don't. That's why we need to help each other when we're down, to lift each other up. Talk about mirror. If you, say for instance, you're in your life, well, one question at a time, hold on, I'm trying. Alright, I'll get to Dale first, and then I'll go right down the line. Talk about a mirror. A mirror reflects things. When you're throwing out negative energy, or somebody else is throwing out negative energy, you're mirroring it back, and you're... Alright, no, hold on. I said that wrong. If somebody's throwing out negative energy, you're pulling it into yourself, and you're holding it in there, and then when somebody else comes to you, you're so angry at what that person said, you're mirroring it to another individual. And that's not what we're supposed to do. Whenever we feel somebody's doing something bad to us, we need to go, ground, meditate, and get rid of that, because we don't want to bring it to somebody else. So like say I'm driving down the road, some guy flips me off, I'm like, hey, you, and I flip him off. What did I do? I just mirrored what he did. Was that good? Was that spiritual? No. I was showing anger like he was. That was making me no better than him. We all are on our unique journeys. Yes, we are. And our thumb is closed off. Why is it closed off? Because we don't want to point to ourselves. Anybody else? Anybody in the comments? A part of us is resisting. Well, who's resisting? If you're resisting, you need to stop the resistance. That means total surrender. And that's funny. We were just talking about forgiveness right here in the cards. Because I read Honey today. Who am I? Oh, hold on. Here was a good card here. Nope, that's not the white. That was something else. What did I do with that? Oh. And here's the card. Who am I? Oh. I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. Is it time to let go, forgive, move onward? Is your soul ready for forgiveness? Someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, love, and compassion and insight. Look for it in their shoes. Notice how you grew and how they grew and what you learned and become. Who do you want to become? And how do you want resistance holding you from what your soul wants? That is a beautiful card. We need to release from that judgment. Judgment closes our heart, the truth, and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in our shame. On whom are you placing your judgment on right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is and what is to come. Look at the person you're judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See the desire to be loved and accepted. Add even grace to your open heart. This is the truth. This is the way. That kind of sounds like the Mandalorian. Yes, and no matter what we're teaching, we need to show compassion and love. We all stumble, we all fall, even teachers, leaders. We all stumble, we all fall. But it doesn't mean that they're obsolete. That means they're gaining more knowledge, more wisdom. Exactly. Then, if they don't understand, then there's something called whatever doesn't resonate with you, or whatever doesn't guide you in the way you're supposed to be, you cut them off. Not because you don't love them, you don't want that a part of your life. You don't want that to define you and who you are. Until they come around, you're going to have to love them from afar. If they never change their path, they never change that part about themselves that needs to be altered, then it's their problem, it's not your problem. You are a spiritual individual that loves and grows. Are you going to let bug come into your garden and eat your food? No. Should you probably exterminate it? Some people would. But if you move that bug out of the garden, so the garden can still grow, that bug can learn what it can eat and what it can eat. Cannot eat. So in order to protect our garden, what do? We put up fences. We guard. Some put up electric pipe fence. Some put up wooden fences. Keep the pests out. Sometimes we need to release those boundaries. It's all in what resonates with you. Everybody is looking for love. Everybody's looking for compassion. When you take that from them, they're going to become angry, dismayed, vengeful sometimes, and they're not going to like you, and they're not going to want to listen to what you say. Instead, they're just going to turn dark. That is how people turn dark, because they don't feel the compassion. They're not feeling accepted. We need to be natural and love and show them. Just remember, when you use those pesticides, that bug or pest is doing what it's supposed to. It needs to eat, it needs to live, it wants to survive. Just like we do. It just doesn't understand. But as humans, we understand. So we use that understanding, that compassion, and that knowledge that we have to find better ways to handle the situation, instead of being egotistical, narcissistic, stuff like that. Just because we're the most intelligent species on the planet doesn't mean we can control and rule everything. Exactly. So does that answer your question about reincarnation? We have to follow our soul journey, our path. And this is what all this ties into. Being our authentic selves with kindness and love and compassion for all. Show that unconditional love. Don't be judgmental, because that person's learning just like you. That person is new to a different subject. They don't know how to handle it, so they come looking for answers. And if you're going to sit there and shun them or be judgmental and show no compassion, that's going to turn them away. That alters the soul journey, that path. For every action, there's a reaction. For every consequence, there's one that's even greater. The universe doesn't forget, it knows, it learns. And I've always believed in equivalent exchange. What you give out, you're going to get back. And I remember this one saying that Jesus said, "Why do you look in your brother's eye? Why do you look at your brother like that? Why don't you look at the plank in your own eye?" Or what was it? Those who have sinned, cast the first stone. Those who have not sinned, cast the first stone. Nobody cast a stone, did they? Because we all fall short, and we're all learning. This is our path. This is our journey to learn, to be evolved, to show that love and compassion. That is why we are here on this path, this journey. And if you don't want to be reincarnated, get on the right path. You can make that decision if you want to go back after, but this journey here, the universe gave you a path that you chose. You chose to live that path. Either good or bad, you live that path. Live it the best you can. But remember that whatever you do and you feel it's wrong in your heart, you're most likely going to come back to this planet to fix it. Because it's like a ripple effect. Reminds me of Back to the Future. Remember when Marty went back in time? He fell out of a tree instead of his dad. He changed the timeline. That is what we'll do. We would change the timeline. We would change people's paths, alter their course. And you might affect more than just one. That could affect lots of people. That could affect, because you did that to that one person, that might affect 50 to 100 other people. So we have to be careful in what we do and what we say, and as in wording and our actions. Because it's essential that we have to pay attention to who we are and what we're doing. Does anybody have any questions? Like me. I cracked the India joke. What was my punishment? They removed me. Was that lesson learned? Of course. Don't make fun of people from India. And don't crack jokes about it. Lesson learned. That path is now altered because I learned that lesson. Even though it was foolish, but anyway. Somebody might have taken offense to it. Who knows? But I must speak the truth. But even though somebody might not have liked it, it was all out of good fun, but sometimes things happen. But the major thing is, learn a lesson. As we're all learning. Who took your towel? I don't know who took your towel. Who took your blankie? Does anybody have any questions? Or any insight? Or are you just going to wait until I get on the other account and then jump up and just start talking and let me have it? Exactly. What are the positive things you've all done today? I weighed myself and I lost 57 pounds. That was a positive thing. I went from 345 to 288. That's positive. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know why the movie in Hitchhikers, they didn't like towels. Maybe they didn't like to go dry up. Thank you, I'm honored that you all... Oh, thank you. I'm proud of myself, too. I didn't think it was going to happen. Oh, that's a good one. I used to drive. I used to have backseat drivers. It used to drive me crazy. I'm proud of you, but not going crazy. Sometimes we have to bite our tongue. Duct tape. Do you have a trash bag and a shovel too? Monk, did you carry a shovel and a trash bag? Oh my. Yeah, I know what they do. I read about that. That was a sick story, actually. There was a... I'll tell you the story if you want to hear it. There was a guy who was doing things to people of ladies of the night in Las Vegas. He would lure them to his place. He lived with his brother. Yeah. He lured them to his brother's house. And he did things. And he did that with the pigs. And he sold the pig meat. So when he sold the pig meat, people were eating it and getting sick. And they found out that there was human DNA in the pigs. That was a really whacked episode. And that was based on a true story, because when they went back later on, they found hundreds of bones. Yeah. It happened in the 70s. I'm pretty sure it was the 70s. Might have been the 80s that it happened. That it was based off a true story, and the brother claims he didn't know anything about it. But the whole farm, it was everywhere. But yeah, that was the episode. It was very eerie. Anyway, so does anybody have anything else they want to talk about on that topic that I brought up today about reincarnation? Does anybody have anything they want to add to this? Or are you just going to wait for another 38 minutes? And we're going to talk that out, huh? Be sure to add each other and add this account. So when we transfer to the other account, we can bring everybody over there. How many lives have we lived? Wow. I would say countless, because from the way I've understood it and the way my guides have told me, we live every experience when we come down here. So some could have lived 1,000,000 lives because each one of us had different things happen in each life. Yeah, I think that you could be in this universe and reincarnate in a parallel universe, yes. Because speaking of parallel universes, sometimes you see a ghost. It's not really a ghost you're seeing. It's an image, a bleed over from another universe. That's why we have that deja vu. Because the other us do the same thing. And you're remembering it. Because it's the same energy. When you're both on the same energy frequency, you're going to tune in to the person in the parallel universe, and you're going to feel that. Yes, exactly. Like one time I might be a president. Another time, oh, heaven forbid, that would be chaos. I probably lived like 1 minute. Or another time I could be a baby that just came out of a womb, or I could be a bike rider that got ran by a car, or I could be a doctor, I could be a nurse, I could be a gladiator, in any of these lives, in any of these parallel universes. But the most important thing is that soul essence, it stays with us and carries us through our lives, even through parallel universes. It carries with us as a remembrance. And the more we evolve and the higher our frequency gets, the more we remember who we were and what we were doing. Do families stay together? Sometimes I think they do. I think the families do stay together. They just are in different essences, different souls, different bodies, different positions in the family. Like a mom might become a daughter, or a daughter might become a father. But we all are learning, and that's where we have to have that remembrance. Because once that final life comes, we're going to have all of it, and that's where we truly ascend into the masterhood that we are. Why do you think they're called ascended masters? It's because they've experienced all of these lives and they know how to handle every situation. That's where you become an ascended master. It's where you've lived so many lives, you remembered all that, you know how to handle all the situations. Because you become in tune with the universe that you're in at that point. Yes, even a best friend. Anybody else? Most of mine, there's still lots that are hidden because I'm probably not ready for them, or it's not important in this life that I'm living now. But the ones that I have are important in this life because the universe made me remember them. And when it makes you remember them, it's because there's something in this in this life I'm living now, that I need to learn from that. And when it opens up, then you find out why do I have that in my past? Why am I getting that past life? It's because there's a lesson that needs to be learned in that. Was Jan in your past life? Yes. That is what makes us who we are. When we learn from the past, we grow. Even a past life, we grow. We learn it. Why do we learn it? We learn it because of our future and where we're going to be going. How do you know where you're going if you don't know where you've been? She was your wife in one life, and in another one, she was your daughter. I just gave you two. She was your wife in one, you had children, and she was your daughter in another. And you passed in a fishing accident on a boat. Well, there's nothing you can do about it. If she doesn't believe, she doesn't believe. If it resonates with her, we can talk about it. But I know as the daughter, you passed on a fishing accident. You were in the middle of the ocean, you fell overboard. And they tried to get you, but they couldn't. As the wife, you lived in a farm, and you were that military person I just told you about earlier. Yeah, you really want that fish. You were on a yacht. You said it was an expensive pull and you weren't losing it. So you got pulled into the water. It was an expensive rod, it had gold on it. It was a custom-made golden rod. It was black and gold. Big deep sea fishing rod. And you were in the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whatever they're calling it this time. It is very interesting lives. I hope they resonate with you. Exactly, Maya. Everything we do, everything in our lives has something to do with a past life that makes us who we are. The things we like, the things we read, the things we watch, the food we eat, the people we hang around with. That's all part of a past life that's resonating with you in this life. That makes you who you are. It's basically all of your past lives are merging into this life that you're living now to make another life. And then when you come back, it's probably going to be the same thing. That's if you choose to come back or not. And learn more stuff. Or you can choose to go to another school. Again, it's your story, your life. You're the author of your story. Even the things we don't like is even part of a past life. Even our fears.
Thank you.
Some have a fear of tall buildings. Well, why is that? Maybe in a past life you fell off something high. Maybe you have a fear of drowning. Maybe in a past life you drowned. Who's to find that out? That would be you when you look inside yourself. Pangea existed, yes. Pangea is all of the world that we're walking on now. It was just together. And that separated and became the world it is today. Because if you push all of the continents together, they make Pangea. Because if you look at old maps from way back, you'll see that the lands were closer. Each part of everything in our life has something to do with a past life. You just have to have the understanding to know what it is and look into it. And when you start looking into it, then you come to understand your past life. Like me, I've always had a thing about knights and swords and the Renaissance era. Why? It drove me crazy and I couldn't figure it out until I figured it out one day when I was reading a book and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I start seeing myself there. I'm like, wait a minute. How's that possible? And then I come to realize that past life became part of me and what I needed to learn. You know, I don't have a fear of flying. You think I would because I was afraid of heights. But I look out the window and go, ooh, it looks cool down there. So that's weird myself. Yes, you were. So wasn't somebody else. Did I see Dale's comment? Dale was not my daddy.
What he's failing to learn.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what you're feeling to learn. Maybe it's not so much you're feeling to learn. Maybe it's you're feeling to speak. maybe you're meant to help somebody. That's why you're here. We all have our different reasons. Sometimes we're put here to help other people and help them grow and learn. And you're just doing it because you feel you want your friend, partner in the soul realm to gain that wisdom and that knowledge. So we come down here to help them. But knowing the answer would be cheating? No, it wouldn't be cheating. The answer, you have the answer within you this whole time. Now you make me sound like Dorothy. You make me sound like, what is her name? Linda? You've had the power all along, Dale. You just didn't realize it. Only us know the answer. Yeah, it might pull things together. Maybe it's not so much you, maybe it's trying to help her come into her own. Maybe plant those seeds for her. And then maybe in this life or the next life, she'll be like, whoa, I think this. And then she'll have a whole different perspective of things. We're all here for a reason. The answers are within you. That's the best I can give you. The answer is inside of you. Only you know the answer. As Linda knows her answer, as Mike knows his answer, all the answers are lay within inside of us. We just have to search and look. We're all meant to be at this place, at this time, at this moment. A lot of us would. But what's making you hurt? Your foot. Your back. What can you do to stop that from hurting? Eat better food if you can. Meditate. Salt water. Arthritis, I get that. I'm dropping things left and right. I've dropped a freaking bone that cost me a lot of money to fix. Why? Because my hand decided it didn't want to work right. But whose fault is it though? Well, in all reality, if I wasn't playing video games all the time and I wasn't typing like a banshee on the computer board, I probably wouldn't have that arthritis. So I kind of brought it on myself and I accepted that. You know, it's the things we do as a child and as a teenager. We don't know any better. We think that's what we need to do. And what you learn from that is take better care of yourself and fix the best we can and learn how to better ourselves even when we're older, frail, and we feel like we're going in a wheelchair. You know, when I played football, they told me when I'm 40 years old I was going to be in a wheelchair. I'm not in a wheelchair now. Why? Because, as Honey just said, I grounded and I was meditating And I did things that would help me not be in that wheelchair. And just like we said earlier, you said when your legs give out, everything starts going down. That's what I did. I refused to let my legs go down. I didn't want the surgeries that they were telling me I should get. Why? Because I didn't want to hobble around, and I did not want to be in a wheelchair. So I put it as a mindset and as my goal. There is no way I am going to be in a wheelchair. And I fought it. I fought it with all I could. I used to travel on that bike just because I was afraid of that wheelchair. What did I do? I rode bikes hundreds of miles. Hundreds. No joke. Why? Even it hurt. It hurt with so much. I had to drive and said, I'm not going to allow that to happen. When you set your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. And not everybody can do that, I understand. And we have to find a way that would help you. Each of us have our own ways that our body works, and we know our bodies. So we should find out what makes our bodies work, what makes our bodies tick. Do you understand, Dale? Does that help you? Tara. I knew that was going to come up sooner or later. She's very happy. She's in the fairy realm with the fairies now. She's not a fairy. She's a nymph. She's a nymph, and it's she's kind of like an elemental nymph, and she helps things grow. She's there with them. She's in the fairy realm and she's a nymph. She's pretty blue. I can see her. She's about the size of about 5 feet. She has water markings on her and she's blue. She looks like water. And she gives the fairies the healing water. Anybody else? Yeah, she feels much better. She's pleasant. She likes to laugh. And sometimes she jokes with the fairies when they go and pull pranks on people, and She goes with him and does that. Yeah, she's in nature. She's actually on Earth now as a nymph, because we can't see her because we're not at that, not high enough to vibration to see her, but she's there. She can visit us, but you can't see her. I'll find out her location, hold on. She's where there's tall evergreens. There's these big trees. Sequoia trees. I think she's in the Midwest. Because there's a lot of big tall trees. They're huge. And she's in the forest over there. I think it's the west. Upper west.
Seattle.
Not as far as Seattle. But she's up in that area. She's with the sequoias. Maybe she could. That would be Yaya, because that would be Yaya. She could do that. She could probably bring her through the portal, because Yaya's right close to her. And she's lingering. She lingers near Mount Shasta a lot. Yeah, she's near the sequoias. Sometimes she travels with giant evergreens, but mostly hangs out with the sequoia trees. She's way up in the trees. I can see these trees, they're massive. Yeah. Right now she's coming into her own natural powers and abilities. She's hanging around the fairies and they keep pulling pranks on people. And this one's dead. Hello, Lavender. We'll be switching to the other account in 7 minutes. So, I'm going to take a little break here because I have to go to the bathroom. Nature's calling and not the way I expected. I should be on the other account in within 7 to 10 minutes. And we can continue all of this. So if you all wouldn't mind adjourning to the Brim Kuara in about 10 minutes or so, we can continue all of this. But that's where I'm going to be switching over in 10 minutes to Brim. And then people can come up. See y'all in a few. Blessed be.